Stage Presence Mastery Series, I'm Luther Mallory, and today we break down live performance moments from 21 Pilots. They are interesting and unpredictable, and they have a ravenous fan base because of how high concept the art is. So let's see what we can learn as performers ourselves. Sub if you are a musician, an artist, a speaker, a performer, because in this series we break down well-known artists and performers, see what we can learn. Let's see what we can learn from 21 Pilots. So how do you play a festival as a two-piece and then the singer's also playing a bass, so is it moving or anything, right? Because there would be a compulsion to go, it's not going to be exciting, but it is exciting. So why? And so you got a freebie right away. Dude's got a balaclava on, a ski mask, and you might go, ooh, you know, but it's like, it's actually amazing to just do one interesting thing. Do a clothes thing, wear a weird thing. And people will go, what the hell? You don't look like you're waiting for a bus. So do you have something to say? Maybe I should listen. Or you go, yeah, right? So it can't be undersold, the idea of costume, even simple, because it separates you from the audience in the sense that, why do you get to do that? Why are you wearing that? Look at this.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.
Look, there, that's an on-purpose thing. With the sticks, look at this. There's a planned moment from Josh, the drummer, where he goes, I'm going to do this. I hold my sticks like this and I look through them like that. And the audience gets to go, cool. And he does that twice in the show or something. And the audience goes, yeah, that's that stick thing you do. And there's how valuable it is to plan something, because then it's intentional and that it becomes familiar to the right people. And then you've got yourself a hook there. So look, instrumental section, he gets all physical, right? Like it jumps up and then he's spinning. And then watch him max out the physicality right here. Shabu! That's actually a big move. That was like a full lunge. That wasn't a... Huh? Right? So look at what he's done. He's gone from almost no movement at all, right? What we call a lot of the time in my work, level 2, which is like nothing. It's like standing in a kitchen. It's just casual, right? And then he blasts off with this level 3 stuff, which is this high energy thing. But it's bigger than you think. Because you know when you're on stage and you go, yeah, I think I moved pretty well, and you watch back and you go, oh, I didn't really at all. Well, look at this move. That's really highly physical. That took some work, right? So in the contrast to the level 2 stuff we've been seeing, you go, oh, exciting, right? Stage presence, interesting and unpredictable. So he's going between this level 2 stuff and then blasting off into this high energy stuff and then coming on back. Nobody gets bored at the level 2 thing because it just looks like confident and settled. And then it gives a lot of room for contrast when you hit that level 3 space. So let's watch that again. A little cocky, and I love cocky. Look at this. This is this level 2 movement we're talking about. Look at, it's like he's walking in a kitchen. That's insanely interesting. When somebody just goes, you're in front of all these people and you don't feel like you need to dance and stuff like that, then look at this. Look at how playful, right? Grabbing the mic stand and stuff. All probably spontaneous stuff and not planned, but he just has a commitment to being playful and a bit serious, which is what's coming across as cocky. And not giving himself this job of like, I need to be dancing all the time. No, you don't. Just exist there. It's very cool if you can just exist there. So look at that for a design choice, right? Let's get 2 people in hazmat suits on to do this blasting of the whatever. You go, what's your version of that? Because I hear that all the time. I'd like to get a couple of people on stage to dance or something. What if you put gas masks on them? It's pretty interesting. You know, it might not float with your vision and stuff, but you think about that and you go, how do I elevate that idea? What's the next level of that idea? What's the max version of that idea, in fact? So, you know how we say, it's a trust-building exercise, live performance between the artist and the audience. The more you share who you are, the faster they get to decide if they trust you. And we're looking for moments like this. Look at Josh Dunn, the drummer. I didn't know he played the trumpet. And in my brain, I could just feel my trust go, whoop. You go, oh, and you do that? That's what we're looking for. People that go, and you do that? So whatever skill that you've got available, you can sing opera, you can yo-yo, you can kickflip, whatever. There's a good chance it should go on the stage with you. Show people that, because then they get to say, oh, and you do that? And it builds trust, and it helps you lead them in an experience to feel free, because that requires trust.
All my enemies, it would wish you I was. Respond to bad decisions. Come on. Wish you I was.
What a legend. What a legend. Look at that. Now, is that not available to you at your next show? You can do that. This just takes guts and a spontaneous idea. Maybe he's done this on tour for years and years, but like, that's amazing for stage presence. Interesting and unpredictable, right? You're in the audience and you see this person. You literally nudge your friend and you go, who is that? And then you actually find out who this guy is rather than him being a background sort of player, right? You go, oh, that's this guy. Yeah, he's a legend because he's got the guts to kind of show you what he's up to. You know, this is an unusual person now. Already you know that and you go, cool. I get that from one frame. Yeah, that's called sharing who you are. Again, I like the confidence of this. He's got a tambourine for this. So man, I'll get a tambourine for this. But no movement, no big ideas, no huge moments, just kind of pretty much no movement. And then the contrast again. That's what I love the most, the contrast. So he did a bunch of nothing. And a lot of artists would get into the compulsion of like, this isn't enough, more is more, more is more. No, it's not. And he does nothing. And then, in accordance with his very dramatic personality that we've seen over and over, just hits the floor, just falls on the floor. And it's such a contrast and people go, that's great, right? If you have stage presence, meaning that you know how to be interesting and unpredictable, you can really sit at any energy level that you like, because people will go, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what's next. And that's what is being exhibited here. So he hits that level 2 energy and people go, well, let's see what's next, because this guy could do whatever. So we've seen drama and costume and set and toque changes and instrument changes. Lots of stuff that creates stage presence from these guys. All of a sudden now we've got this. What is that? It's a prop to hold the mic, and it's like, what, a trebuchet or something? It's a fucking giant architect, right? This is an idea that Tyler had 20 minutes before sleep, and he went, I want to put the mic on something that seems like a monolith or something like that. And then they went ahead and did it. And you don't bother going, yeah, I don't know, that thing cost 10 grand, I can't. Yeah, you can. We're looking for the low to no budget version, and we're looking for your version of this. So if you wanted to have a prop that held your microphone up like this, what is it that you could afford and fit into a small club if that's where you're at or whatever, right? But it's just an interesting idea. Let's hold the mic up with something unusual.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
So an excellent singer, but you know what also helps Tyler really get into this is how high vision this guy really is as an artist, right? Like, these songs and these albums are incredibly deeply conceptual, right? He's got full characters and storylines and all of this stuff that you can look up if you want. I don't know the details of it. I just know it's very intense, the lore of this band. So you know what that gives him as a vocalist is a jumping off point for expression and for focus, because he knows very deeply what these songs are for and about. So that's the jumping off point. He can go into his head or see the audience or into his belief, his spiritual place, whatever, and go, I know what this is for, and then sing it from a place of authenticity and meaning every time. Because it's not just another song. I see this all the time with artists in rehearsals and stuff, and I go, what's that song? And they go, that's just one of my songs. And I go, who cares? Like, what's it for? And this guy knows so much about what it's for that he can get into that expressive place very, very easily. So look at how wiry and playful and imaginative and extraordinarily unpredictable and interesting this guy is. Look at this walk. He hits the jump, shop, and now watch this. You don't know what he's going to do. He's just all over the place. You got to keep watching because you go, what's coming up next with this person? And here's what I love. We're at this level 3 big energy right now physically for the end of the song. Watch what he does right at the end here. Look at back to the level 2 movement. Nothing. And not thank you. And not you guys are the greatest Cincinnati. Anything like that. Just back to this sort of serious, almost brooding drama that he brings so often. It makes the level 3 stuff even more explosive because it's so fun in contrast to the level 2. This guy. This guy's amazing. This guy's name is Douglas, and he cuts the grass at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday. And he grew up with a military father. They moved a lot. Look at how proud he is of this band. Like, it's coming from the technical place of like, excellent work, great show, unbelievably skilled guys. He says that while chewing steak later with his friends, you know. Saw this band, 21 Pilots, unbelievable. Just great work ethic, you can tell, good guys. That's this guy. This is the guy that buys, like, after this, every vinyl and CD, you know, and gets them framed, and because he's got that sort of like, he's just such a rigid, organized person. Look at, and he's not like the crying girl in the audience, right? He's the proud technician. Look at, go, great. Just like he'd meet them and he'd shake Tyler's hand with 2 hands and he'd go, just an unbelievable show. Thank you very much. Just such a professional show. Thank you. Look at this. So he's on top of the big thing here. This is perfect. So he's on top of the balcony thing now, the giant thing right there. And then look at Douglas number 2 here in the blue V-neck. Right? He's just like, it's fine. That's fine. But it doesn't make Tyler go, oh, there's somebody out there that's not really getting it, like not vibing. Doesn't care. How could you do that? And we do that to ourselves all the time. Does everybody like it? No. Is everybody enjoying themselves? No. No, you can't control that. The audience is a reflection of you. So all you can do is control your inner world and then send that out, and then they will reflect that. And someone like that might not be not enjoying it. They might just be a very internal person. They might be a very afraid in public person. There's 100,000 reasons that Douglas number 2 isn't really picking up the vibes in the way that would make you go, oh yeah, he's loving it, right? So you can't do that as an artist and go, are you getting it or not? Don't ask that question. None of your business whatsoever. You do your thing and you lead with your energy, and the right people will get it and the wrong people won't. And other people might get it in a way that you don't expect, and that's fine too. Haven't you experienced that thing where you get off a stage and you saw someone with their arms crossed in the audience and you went, I don't like that very much, and your ego got involved, so you limited your own performance to sort of satisfy that person. And then afterwards, they come up to you and you go, great show, and you go, fuck, what? I limited myself and my whole performance for you because I got afraid of what you thought. So I stopped taking risks because you hated me. And they went, I didn't, shut up, don't guess what I think. Do you do that in your life? He asks you and you go, maybe I do. And he goes, your reality is a reflection of your inner world too, right? Control your inner world and it will reflect back to you in reality. You can't give the external world your power. You can't control it. And you go, fuck, that's very heavy. That's true. And he goes, yeah, Do that in your life, in your spiritual practice, and the next time that you're in front of an audience member who appears to not get it, don't start guessing about what they think. It's none of your business, and you can't control it, and it will ruin your life to start guessing what the external world wants from you. No, you lead me. So look at this for a boss move. You end the show on top of a suspended platform 20 feet in the sky. Most people end their performances and find a way to sprint off the stage to get away from the body language and the compliments and the not compliments and the rejection and the praise. They don't even want to know. Don't tell me what you thought, so they could run off the stage. This person stands on top of the thing, ends the show on top of the thing, and isn't going, this is insanely awkward. How do I get down from here in a cool way? No, because, you start to see the patterns, right, through this series. The top artists aren't concerned with coolness and aren't thinking that there's rules to any of this, right? They've broken free of that idea that there's rules. There aren't, and there aren't for you either. I forgot to record the summary for this. So for 21 Pilots, what I love about this is Tyler's ability to have this contrasting energy where he's doing nothing and then he's doing everything and then he's back to nothing. And he can go to all of these energy levels, 1, 2, 3, whenever he wants. And it keeps it unpredictable and interesting. That's what's giving him stage presence. And the other thing that's amazing about this band that I didn't cover because I don't know enough is it's so deep in the vision that it's got incredibly deep lore. Like I said, there's characters and there's storylines and story arcs and everything. And what that does, if you have enough vision to give lore to your work, what that does for your fans is it gives them an opportunity to have something that they can be proud of because it's exclusive, right? Because they have to dig deeper to get to it. So say that you have a unicycle and that's part of your artist lore, right? Well, your big fans know about the unicycle. So there's a t-shirt with the unicycle and they look at other people and they go, you know. And they go, yeah, I know. And lesser fans don't know. So you wink at each other and you go, they don't know. We're bigger fans. It makes you proud because it's exclusive. So there's trust that you've built. So lore is amazing. It's such a gift for fans and it's such a fun thing as an artist. So thanks for coming through. I loved this one because this band is truly remarkable. Check out my State of the Artist podcast, which covers artist behavior, the psychology of this pursuit that we're all on, and also the rest of this series, Stage Presence Mastery series on YouTube here. This is the 6th one. If you've made it this far in this video, you rule beyond measure, and thanks for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. I love doing these.